3 architectural and civil engineering masterpieces in Spain.
When we talk about Spain, we're talking about a land where imagination turns into concrete, glass, and steel. Here, architecture isn't just design, it's the courage to create impossible forms. From the dancing titanium of Bilbao to Gaudi's living bones in Barcelona, Spain is like an endless laboratory for engineers and architects.
Spain always has something extra up its sleeve. A bold mix of creativity, history, and a delightful touch of madness. But if Spain is the land of imagination, the United States is the factory of ambition. There, buildings scream, there are no limits. Skyscrapers that scratch the sky and structures that break world records, America is a never-ending competition against the laws of physics.
So here comes the big question. Which country has the stronger construction industry? America or Spain?
But the answer isn't that simple. In our previous video, we explored 3 American masterpieces, structures that amazed the world. And in this video, we're putting 3 of Spain's most brilliant and bizarre structures under the microscope. At the end, you decide, which one is more fascinating? Which one breaks geometry more brutally? Which one defines the future of construction? Spain or the United States, which one is crazier?
But before we dive into this hot comparison, hey everyone, I'm Eleanor, meaning the shining light. And together with my friend Theodore, we're traveling to Spain to explore 3 iconic and astonishing Spanish structures that the whole world talks about.
We're here with you from the Constructive Minds YouTube channel. This is where a team of engineering and architecture experts reveal the secrets behind the world's most urban masterpieces. If you love strange structures, engineering analysis, and daring architecture, then hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss any exciting episode.
Have you ever looked at a building and just thought, how? How is that even possible? Well, today we're diving headfirst into modern Spanish architecture. This is a world where wild, audacious art smashes right into groundbreaking engineering to create things that honestly seem to defy the laws of physics. We're going to see how some of Spain's most famous structures aren't just built, they're literally engineered dreams.
And this quote, it just nails it. In Spain, we're not just talking about putting up walls and a roof. No, it's about creating these totally immersive experiences. Places that make you feel something, that make you wonder. Every one of these buildings has a story to tell.
So, you ready to jump in? We're going on a little journey to 3 architectural marvels, and trust me, each one has an absolutely incredible story of overcoming what seemed like impossible challenges.
Okay, our first stop is Bilbao, home to a building that seriously looks like a spaceship just decided to land by the river. The Guggenheim Museum. It's this shimmering, flowing masterpiece of titanium that didn't just put a museum in the city, it completely revitalized it. It actually sparked this global phenomenon people now call the Bilbao effect.
Now, what's wild is how fast this all happened. The whole project, designed by the absolute legend Frank Gehry, came together in the mid-90s. It literally rose up from the city's old, rusty industrial heart and just replaced all that smoke and steel with art and pure innovation.
But here's the massive problem they faced. The whole vision was for a building with these flowing organic curves, all wrapped in titanium. Now, titanium is great. It's super strong, super light, but it is notoriously difficult to shape. So the big question was, how on earth do you make that artistic dream a reality?
Well, the answer, amazingly, came from the world of aviation. The team used this incredibly sophisticated 3D modeling software called CAGR, the same software used to design fighter jets. This let them map every single curve, every single panel, and fabricate each piece of titanium with pinpoint precision. They even put models in wind tunnels to make sure the whole thing wouldn't, fly away. It was a perfect fusion of high art and aerospace tech.
And this right here is the real game changer. See, normally architects are limited by the structure. The steel frame dictates the shape, but not here. Gehry's artistic vision was so radical, it forced the engineers to invent totally new methods. The form came first, and the structure had to bend, literally, to serve it. What you get is a building that feels less like a building and more like a giant immersive sculpture you can walk through.
All right, next up, we're heading down to Valencia for a completely different kind of challenge. We're talking about the jaw-dropping City of Arts and Sciences. I mean, look at it. This sprawling complex, designed by Santiago Calatrava, looks like it was pulled straight out of a sci-fi movie.
But what's so fascinating here is where it was built. This entire city within a city was constructed on the drained bed of the Toria River. Now, what does that mean? It means the ground was weak, it was unstable. Basically, it was just about the most hostile place you could imagine for such a massive, heavy project.
So solving this meant the engineering had to be just as futuristic as the design. The team had to drive these enormous, deep pile foundations way down into the earth just to find stable ground. They installed these super complex drainage systems, used specially formulated concrete, and you see all those skeletal, nature-inspired forms? They're not just for show. Those arches and wings are incredibly efficient ways to distribute all that weight.
So then 1998 comes along and the first building opens. And boom, it was a massive moment. It instantly put Valencia on the global architectural map and signaled this bold, exciting new future for the entire city. You see, by brilliantly combining this conquer the environment engineering with forms that feel like they're from both nature and the future, Calatrava created a space that doesn't just look futuristic, it feels like it. It's just this incredible testament to building a bold vision, even on the absolute worst patch of ground.
For our final stop, let's head to Barcelona. We're going to meet a master from an earlier time who was, believe me, every bit as revolutionary, the one and only Antoni Gaudí. And we're looking at one of his most incredible creations, Casa Batlló.
Get this, in just 2 years, Gaudí took a totally normal, kind of boring building and completely transformed it into something that feels, well, alive. It feels more like a living organism than a house. It's just this masterpiece of color and shape and, most importantly, hidden engineering genius. Okay, to really get Gaudí, you have to understand this one simple idea he was obsessed with: nature's perfect efficiency. He figured out that if you just hang a chain and let it droop, that curve it makes is perfectly balanced. Now, flip that shape upside down, and you get a catenary arch, an unbelievably strong structure that supports itself. No need for heavy, ugly supports. It's pure physics, used as art. And he used this philosophy everywhere. You see those columns shaped like bones? That's not just a cool look. That shape is designed to transfer stress perfectly. That fantastical, scaly roof that looks like a dragon's back, it's actually hiding a water tank and ventilation systems. The entire building is engineered to breathe. For Gaudí, the beautiful form and the hard-working function were exactly the same thing.
So let's just pull this all together for a second. We've seen 3 masterpieces, right? Each one faced a totally unique, impossible challenge. Gary had to figure out how to tame titanium. Calatrava had to build a city on a swampy riverbed. And Gaudí was trying to perfectly fuse organic forms with function. Every problem demanded a completely different, but equally brilliant solution.
So what does this all tell us? What's the common thread here? Well, it reveals this shared philosophy that runs right through the heart of Spanish architecture, uniting these incredible creators, even though they worked in different eras.
It really boils down to these 3 pillars. First, this idea of limitless form. The artistic vision comes first, period. Second, you've got fearless engineering, a willingness to push technology to its absolute breaking point to make that dream happen. And finally, the goal is always to create a timeless experience, spaces that grab you, that tell you a story.
Because when it comes right down to it, these aren't just buildings. They're narratives, written in steel and concrete and beautiful mosaic tile. They are stories of pure audacity. Stories that challenged what everyone thought was possible, redefined what materials could do, and in the end, completely transformed the cities they call home.
And maybe that's the ultimate lesson from all this. These incredible structures are a powerful reminder of what can happen when we refuse to let technical problems get in the way of a beautiful vision. They really pose a question to all of us, don't they? Just how far can beauty reach?
Feeling astonished already? We totally get you. While gathering information for this video, we were stunned too, and we can't wait to see these structures again, this time through a specialist's lens.
Let me repeat what we said earlier. When we talk about Spain, we talk about a place where imagination becomes concrete, glass, and steel. Spain is an endless playground for bold architectural ideas. And yes, it always brings a tasty bit of madness into the mix.
So what do you think? Is the American construction industry more impressive, or is Spain the true champion? But don't decide just yet, because in the next video, we're flying to Singapore to explore 3 unbelievable structures there. And trust me, your decision is only going to get harder.